Thank you for stopping by for another episode of Catch Up with Kim. On Monday, October 17th, it was an honor to be with Hitachi at their location in Mercer County as they announced a $12 million reinvestment in the facility here in Mercer County. That will create 60 new jobs, and they will be assembling lithium-ion battery components for electric and electric hybrid cars. So we really appreciate Hitachi and their continued confidence in our community and our workforce, and they are a great community partner. We're so thrilled to have them with us. On Tuesday, October 18th, I started the morning with the Mercer County Chamber of Commerce at the Kentucky Fudge Company on Main Street. Our guest speaker this month was David Coleman. He is the director of the Old Fort Herod State Park in Mercer County. And he was telling us of a lot of volunteer opportunities to help keep the park up. Like everyone, limited facility budget is available, and we need all of our community partners to jump in. So he said if you have an hour to work at the park or a week, let him know and he would have a project just for you. So if you need additional information, call the Old Fort Herod State Park office. From there, I went to Lexington to visit with the Central Kentucky Caucus. We all met together, that's 16 counties meeting together. We all represent the Central Kentucky area. We heard about the plans to renovate or redo Rupp Arena, and right now private funds are being invested in that study project. A consultant has been hired from Oslo, Norway, and it's already been determined that downtown Lexington has 66,000 square feet of convention and conference areas, meeting facilities, and our area really needs 110,000 square feet of convention and conference area, so we do need to upgrade that. We also heard from Kentucky DOT 7, that's the Kentucky Department of Transportation, and we happen to be in the 7th District. We heard about a 75 connector and a proposed east bypass of Nicholasville road project that is underway. The 75 connector would be 13 miles with limited access, and also considering tolling on that area at this point. We also heard from the Kentucky Thoroughbred Association. We heard from Frank Penn, the board of directors there. He said that it's probably encouraging. The thoroughbred industry has probably hit bottom in these hard economic times. The September Keeneland sales are up, or were up, and the equine industry is now part of the Kentucky Proud program, but he's still concerned because the equine industry is not considered livestock, but they have to follow all of the livestock regulations. The day was not over at that point. Came back into Mercer County to join the Mercer County Cattlemen at the Mercer County Extension Office for annual meeting there. We had a lot of good speakers, and they treated us to a lovely steak dinner, and Carrie and I are individual and corporate sponsors of the Mercer County Cattlemen. On Thursday, October 20th, it was a joint meeting of the Economic Committee and Labor and Industry Committee. We met at the Kentucky Horse Park back again in Lexington. On the day that we were there, Thursday, October 20th, the mounted police were doing training and demonstrations. We couldn't see that from our vantage point, but they had people from all across America and Canada in for that program. We also heard from the Kentucky American Water Company. I was amazed that that corporation pumps 86 million gallons of water per day. That just seemed like so much water, and it's one of those things we take for granted until the faucet doesn't work. So I was really fascinated by that. We also learned that Kentucky American also donated Jacobson Park to the Lexington-Fayette County urban government. So they still use the reservoir and the water from that property, but the park itself is now part of the Lexington-Fayette County park system. We also heard from the Kentucky Tourism Department. In Kentucky, in 2011, our state travel office was named #1 in the Southeast Division, competing against great tourism-related states like Florida and North Carolina. So that was a tremendous honor for our local office there. In 2010, 400,000 visitor guides were distributed internationally. And in 2012, the marketing theme will be There's Only One Kentucky. And it will feature lots of things that are unique only to Kentucky, meant to draw a whole lot of visitors into, obviously, our beautiful Commonwealth. Today, Friday, October the 21st, it was such a treat to once again join Joe Don and June Denny for their annual pig roast. They have a trailer parts and service business right at the corner of Bluegrass Parkway and 127. We enjoyed a delicious barbecue dinner, and it was packed. So many thanks to them for treating us all to that once again. You can catch me each weekday morning at 14:20 a.m. WHBN, or you can find that streaming live on your internet computer at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net. Please don't hesitate to contact me at 859-734-2173 or the email address posted here if you ever have questions or concerns or would like for me to be involved in your community event. Thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Catch Up with Kim.